Hi, I'm Adam McMillan. I'm Vice Principal for Curriculum at Penketh High School. My role is ensuring that when your son or daughter arrives at the school, they have really interesting lessons, not just when they arrive in Year 7, but all the way through school till Year 11. To make sure that teachers have planned lessons based on the best things that have been kind of thought and said in every subject discipline, and that it fully prepares them, not just for the time that they're at Penketh and the exams that they sit here, but when they leave school and go on to further study, college and university.
Hello, my name is Mrs Lomax. I'm Vice Principal at Penketh High School. My role is to look after the pastoral care and support of our students. This involves safeguarding, so making sure that they feel safe and happy in school, looking after the climate for learning, so making sure that their attitude to learning within a classroom is excellent so that they can make the most progress looking for their future and their academic goals. Then looking at the holistic development of the child as well, so focusing on your careers clusters and where you would like to go when you leave school into further education and employability. Also looking at personal development curriculum, and we have our new personal development coaches this year, which is investing in times in every single student across school, having one-to-one mentor sessions to look and focus on how we can support them as they go through school, not only academically but what opportunities and experiences they can take part in, and supporting them to make sure they have the best experience at coming at Penketh High School. Last year we had our Ofsted. We obviously got a good in this, which was fantastic recognition of the work that we do. We do it for our pupils, we do it for our community. It recognised that our staff care about our students, which has been a very, very positive, because our staff work extremely hard to make sure that our pupils get the best outcome from Penketh High School. That's for academic side of things, so the curriculum and within their lesson, but also the pastoral care and support, making sure that they are happy and safe in school. One big part of that is our pupil leadership team, to making sure that our students have a voice across school and that we listen and meet with them regularly to make sure that they are happy, and that if there's anything that they would like to change in school, we listen to their viewpoints. Ofsted did state that pupils feel safe in school and they are confident and happy, so this is very much a positive and something that we our values and ethos across school. And if you were coming to visit our school, that's what you'd see on the shop floor, going in and out of lessons and at break and lunch times. There's lots for the students to do. We have our fantastic enrichment programme now, which provides those students with those other life skills and experiences and opportunities that sometimes they might not get, and that's in our school day now. So it's fantastic to be able to come to Penketh High School and also get the academic offers, but also the personal development offers as well. So I look forward to hopefully seeing you next September. Good luck for the future. Take care. Thank you.
My name's Ian Farrer, Assistant Principal for Improving Outcomes here at Penketh High School. I'd like to talk to you for a minute or two just about the journey that this school has been on over the last couple of years, and highlight a couple of sound bites from the most recent Ofsted inspection. First being a line where it says the head teacher and trustees promote the highest of ambitions for all pupils. And that is absolutely true to our very core. Our ambition for your child matches your ambition for your child. It is our very core purpose to make sure that all students that attend this school leave with the very best set of results that they can, to make sure they have the very best life that they can go on to have. That is the key driver for us at this school. The second soundbite is the line that says pupils' learning is strong across the curriculum, and this helps them to do well in their examinations. This has been recognised by Ofsted as a strength of the school. In our previous Ofsted inspection in 2015, it was noted that the progress of students at the school was not good enough. And over the last 2 or 3 years, with a new leadership team, this school has gone from strength to strength to make sure that the students that come to this school leave with the very best set of qualifications that they can possibly have. It is my absolute privilege and pride to lead my area, and I will always have an eye on the progress that your son or your daughter is making. We will always be in touch if we feel there is any issue with that progress, whether that's in the first term of Year 7 or the last term of Year 11. It's absolutely crucial that that three-pronged approach of school, student and parent is in place at all times to make sure that we get the very best for your son or your daughter. I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you in person when that's possible, and I'm absolutely looking forward to welcoming your son or your daughter to Penketh High School.
Hi, my name is Miss Clark and I'm the Assistant Principal for Personal Development and Enrichment. So at Penketh High School we have a wide variety of enrichment clubs that you can join, and these enrichment clubs are included in your school day, so you can sign up and attend these different clubs once you get started, which is really exciting. So we've had year 7s this year join performing arts, and we have pupils joining needle felting, we have had coding club. There is a big amount of clubs that you are able to join. Our personal development is a vital part of both our curriculum and wider holistic development of our pupils. So under personal development sits our careers provision, where we have a set of career clusters. So when you come in year 7, you are able to pick your career cluster, and we have different opportunities for pupils to really experience what those careers are like, what pathways are best to reach those careers, and lots of guidance and support and employer talks to really look at the range of careers available. We also have our dual curriculum, which is a set of skills that link to employability, speaking, listening, that is embedded within the curriculum and the wider experience of pupils. So it was discussed how enrichment can form support in developing those skills. How can you develop those skills in your curriculum, and then link to how those skills can link to particular job roles or career clusters. So really is that sort of thematic view of everything feeding into each other. We also have our personal development lessons, where pupils can discuss certain topics linked to the wider world with their class teachers and their form tutors. So there really is a lot going on with enrichment and personal development. Also our pupil leadership team that year 7s can apply for. And we've got a really strong team already this year, so looking forward to some more pupils being engaged with that from year 7. So there is lots of things happening. Really excited for you to be joining us soon. And any questions about personal development, enrichment, careers, please just let me know. And as I said, my name is Miss Clark. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, parents, carers, and most importantly, our year 5 and 6 pupils, and welcome to our virtual open evening here at Penketh High School. My name is Niall Smith. I'm the Assistant Principal in charge of Climate for Learning. My job is to ensure that the behaviour and attitudes of all pupils at all times is exemplary. That includes before school, after school, during lessons, and at break and lunchtime. We do have high expectations, yet reasonable expectations of all of our pupils, and we do believe that these expectations form the foundation to the success of each individual. They allow for effective teaching and learning to happen within classrooms, which naturally allows for better progress of our pupils. I do hope you all have a fantastic evening.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Maths Department. I'd like to say a big welcome to all parents, grandparents, carers that have joined us this evening, but more importantly to all the children in year 5 and year 6 who are really starting to think about the school that they want to go to when they leave primary school. I'd just like to introduce you to the team. So we've got Miss Harding here, who is our Director of Learning for Maths. We've got Mrs Strachan and Mr Musgrove, who are second in department, and Mrs McClaw. We have Mr Madu, Miss Taylor, Mr Smith, and myself, Mr Farrer. Just want to talk to you briefly about maths performance here at Penketh High School, and we're the kind of school that tells people exactly as it is. And when we had Ofsted in 2015, the maths department was highlighted in terms of needing improvements for the progress of students in maths. So that was something that we needed to act on for the life chances of our young people. Immediately following that then, there was a comprehensive curriculum overhaul We're looking at the lessons, assessment and homework in total. There was also a new team of staff put together to supplement the existing strong teachers that we had in the department. I think one of the biggest things that we did to combat performance was there was an absolute equal importance and focus on every year group. I think the school were possibly a little guilty of putting too much into year 11 and not fully focusing on every year group. So with the correct curriculum sequencing and us as a department demanding the highest of expectations and engagement, I'm just going to move myself, excuse me, the results in the maths department have increased year on year for the last 5 years, up to a point where in 2019, in terms of maths results, saw Penketh High sitting third in Warrington, with only King's Leadership and Lymm High School with higher maths results than us. So in terms of where we were to where we are now, maths at Penketh High School is a real strength. In terms of what you'll do with us here in Year 7, you'll do 9 units overall, and there are 4 main topics of maths: algebra, number, shape and data. In the autumn term, you'll study Algebra 1. One of the topics that you'll do will be to construct and solve linear equations, which sounds really complicated, but basically finding the value of x. Shape 3 is a unit that's all about transformation, so how you can change shapes. And then number 1 is a topic that you'll be more used to, so looking at 4 operations and wordy exam problems, looking at factors and multiples and so on. I'd like to introduce you now to Mr. Musgrove. Mr. Musgrove is in charge of enrichment and competitions trips at Penketh High School, so we'd like to talk to you a little bit about that.
Hi everybody, thanks to Mr. Farrer there for introducing. Mainly in maths, I'm in charge of the trips, competitions, anything outside of the classroom to help you have a better experience of maths at Penketh High School. So each year we try and get lots of opportunities for our students for every year group. Obviously the situation is a little different at the minute, but we're still going to try to involve as many students as we can. Some examples of some of the stuff we did last year: we took Year 10 to Maths in Action lectures with some leaders from industry explaining how they use maths in their role. We took some Year 11 to a very similar thing with leading experts explaining how maths takes part in their everyday life. And we also went to an opportunity at the University of Lancaster where we spent the whole day talking about women and their role in maths and how they can play an important part. There's also a competition that we run each year. Here's Charlotte in Year 7. She won a book from Simon Singh, a famous mathematician that writes books about maths, but this is a weekly competition. It's really, really good, and it stretches our most able mathematicians. We've got Chess Club. This is a really popular club that we run in my room, and we have a really high attendance each week. University trips, we've taken students to university, experience higher education, and we also had the Bank of England come in last year to talk to some Year 9s and explain how the bank works and how their role in the economy. And we also try and take part in lots of challenges. Here's a couple of our Year 8s and 9s taking part in the UKMT Maths Challenge. So there's lots of opportunities, lots of things you can do outside of the curriculum, outside of the classroom. Really hope that when you come here, you take full advantage of all those opportunities. I'll hand back now to Mr. Farrer to explain the last few bits for maths. Thanks.
Okay, thanks Mr. Musgrove. Just a really good way to highlight all the opportunities outside of the classroom in terms of enrichment for maths. So, as Sir said, get yourself involved. The last 2 things I want to talk about are what you can do with maths when you leave us. So, post 16 means what you do after GCSE. So, of course, there's A-level maths and further maths, but there are lots of courses that involve mathematics. Engineering and economics has proved particularly popular over the last couple of years. And then thinking further into your future, we've listed just a few careers here that need you to be good at maths and to be able to have a good grasp of that. Even things such as you want to be an astronaut. One of our school mottos is Dare to Dream, and it's so important to have that concept. Really, there's no limit on what you can do. You can go and be anything. You can go and do anything as long as you've got the vision and the hard work to go with it. And finally, I have a little challenge for you. So I'm just going to move myself over here. So if it was a normal open evening, you'd be in class and we'd be doing this with you. And we don't want you to miss out on that. So what we'd like you to do is create your own maths clock. So instead of the numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on, that's a boring clock, isn't it? What we'd like you to do is make the most complicated equations and sums that equal the numbers. So you can see here, this one's not very exciting, is it? 1 take away 0 is 1. Get that, that's fine. But you know, there are lots of examples of equations here that equal the numbers that they should. So for example, this one, the square root of 10 squared is 10 itself. So what we'd like to do is make your own maths clock. You can do it on the computer or you can draw it. Take a picture of it and send it to this email address here, matt@penketh.warrington.sch.uk, and that'll come to all of us maths teachers. I'll put your name in primary school and we'll post some of the very best examples on our website. So it's just a final thank you from me for dropping in this evening, and we hope to see you all soon. Take care.
Welcome to English. I'm Miss Ashurst. I'm the Director of Learning for English. Here in our department, we believe that English is fundamental, not just as a lesson on the school curriculum, but also in life. Having the ability to read and write well is so important, as is having a wide vocabulary. Words really do allow you to have power in many situations, and having the best vocabulary to make yourself heard with will make you stand out from others. And here is the team. So you can see our 5-year curriculum here. In years 7, 8 and 9, we try to have an overarching theme across the year, and then each term has a different focus. I'll talk in a bit more detail about year 7 in a minute, but if we just have a little look at year 8, we can see the overarching theme is power and conflict, adventure and discovery. In term 1, we take this theme and we focus on it, specifically on man's relationship with the weather, and with a focus on Shakespeare's The Tempest. Then, still looking at that main theme of power, conflict, adventure and discovery, we look at war poetry and other texts associated with the theme of war. And then again, still continuing with that theme, we look at John Steinbeck's novel of Mice and Men. So each of those years, 7, 8 and 9, have this overarching theme. Now, we follow in year 10 and 11 the AQA language and also the AQA literature syllabus. We'll prepare you really well for both those GCSEs so that when you come to take those 2 exams, you're going to be incredibly confident. So let's take a look at what exactly you will learn in year 7. Our overarching theme is, as you can see, love, relationships and betrayal. We take that theme and in term 1, we study poetry and we look at a range of poems, both traditional, studying the romantic poets such as Wordsworth, coupled with poetry from very modern poets such as the previous poet laureate Carol Ann Duffy. Then, in the second term, we take the idea of betrayal and relationships as we look at Shakespeare's Macbeth. You examine the characters and the themes, and then in the final term you look at a range of texts, mainly short stories, mainly prose texts, maybe 1 or 2 poems and 1 or 2 non-fiction, but mainly it'll be looking at prose texts and how relationships are presented in a range of short stories from a range of countries and cultures from across the world. Now, once you leave us with a good pass at GCSE, you'll be prepared for any apprenticeship or college place. Most colleges require you to have a pass in English language. A good GCSE grade in English will prepare you for studying anything really, specifically perhaps A-levels in English language or English literature, but any A-level or BTEC course will require you to have a good standard of English, because that shows that you can read, understand and analyse a range of texts, and also that you can write and express yourself well, which is a skill that most employers know is important. Now, if this was a normal open evening, you would have gone round to various English classrooms and done a range of different English activities. As it is, we've got one for you that you can try at home. You need a dice. If you haven't got a dice, you can use the link that's on the top of the screen. So the first roll of the dice will tell you the type of poem that we want you to write, and it corresponds with the numbers on the left there, 1 through to 6. So if you roll a 3, we want you to do a shape poem, which is a poem that's in the shape of the thing that you're writing about. Now, that topic that you're writing about, that subject, is going to be indicated by the second roll of the dice that you make. So if you were to roll a 3 again, you would be writing a shape poem about a superhero. And then we want you to roll the dice again a third time, and that will tell you the type of mood or tone. So whatever number you roll, you look in the column on the right hand side, and it'll tell you the kind of mood that we want you to create. Now, just to help you, we've got a little example of a limerick, a haiku and an acrostic poem if you're unsure about what types of poems they are. Have a go at this activity, and if you want to email it into the English department, we'll have a look and give you some feedback. Now, right at the start of this video, I introduced you to the members of our team, and one of those, Mrs. Mollett, was in charge of English language and also the library. Well, here's what your library looks like. This was taken on the day it was opened by a local author. It hasn't changed very much in the way that it looks, just hasn't got the balloons and the ribbon, but it's there for you to come and use when you come to join us. There will be an opportunity to go down every fortnight as part of your English class, and also it'll be open at lunchtimes for you to come in, do some work, browse our books, and it really is a lovely space and we're so pleased with it. So because you can't actually physically be with us on open evening, I've included some still images so you get an idea of what the department's like. You can see the English corridor, and also I've included a couple of still images of the walls of 2 of our English classrooms. That's fairly typical of the displays about the text that we study that you'll see when you come to Penketh High School and when you start to have your lessons in the English corridors and in the English classrooms.
Hello and welcome to the Science Department Open Evening presentation. I'm Miss Stalmack, Key Stage 3 Coordinator in Science, and I'm going to talk you through all of the things you've got to look forward to in science. First of all, let's meet some of the teachers. Here is our curriculum overview for Key Stage 3. You can see that we have interleaved some important concepts across the 3 years, such as cells, which appears in organisms in Year 7, and reproduction, digestion and ecosystems in Year 8, and cells to systems in Year 9. In Year 9, GCSE is started in the summer term to allow 2 full years to study for the GCSE exams. Now we have the Key Stage 4 curriculum. All pupils follow the combined science course, which will give you 2 GCSEs unless you choose triple science, where you get 3 GCSEs and you study more topics in greater detail. For example, you can study space in summer term in Year 10 and in autumn term in Year 11. In Year 7, you will study cells and movement, particles and matter, separating mixtures, magnetism and earth, reactions, electricity, reproduction, ecology, genetics, and acids and alkalis. At college, you can study a number of courses that link to science, such as A-levels in biology, chemistry and physics, sports science, applied science, animal behaviour and engineering. Also, many careers that our students decide to follow also involve science, like being a nurse, a doctor, a research scientist, physiotherapist, zookeeper, vet, engineer, teacher or lecturer. In science, we complete lots of fun and interesting experiments. Here are some you could try at home. First, you could try to build the water cycle in a bag. All you need to do is draw the diagram of the water cycle, which you can research, put some water in the bag, seal it, and place it on a warm, sunny windowsill and watch the water cycle. You could make some DNA out of sweets. You could make your own pitfall trap. You might need permission though to dig a little hole in the garden. You could design a habitat for your favourite animal, or you could create a model of the earth. Stay tuned for the upcoming demonstration of one of your future practicals.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Stelma and I'm Key Stage 3 Coordinator at Penketh and I teach science. So this is my science lab and I'm just going to show you an investigation that you could do in September when you join us. So what we're going to investigate is how the different types of metals affect the colour of the Bunsen burner flame. So the first thing you have to do is light the Bunsen burner. So we always make sure that the hole is closed, turn the gas on when you're ready to light it, and there you've got your safety flame. So it's called the safety flame because you can see it, because if it wasn't there, it could burn yourself. Okay, so when we're doing the experiment, you have to turn it onto a roaring flame, which you may be able to hear. So it almost looks invisible. And what we're going to do is I'm going to dip this wire into some hydrochloric acid just to clean it. And the first metal we're going to look at is lithium. So this is lithium chloride, so it's mixed with some chlorine. So I'm just going to do it a bit more so that it sticks to it. Okay, and you should see a nice red flame. Okay, so that's our first one. Pretty nice. Okay. Second one, we have got this blue solid, which is copper sulfate. So it's got copper in it. So that's our next metal. So hopefully it should be a different colour. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. So we've got a lovely green colour this time. So you would write that down in your table. Okay. Next one is, I'm just going to clean it again, is sodium chloride. So this time sodium is our metal. And then if we put it into the flame, we get a really bright orange one. Not quite as fancy, but it's still pretty nice. Okay. 2 more to go. Next one, give it a quick clean again, is calcium chloride. You might have heard of calcium before. It's in milk, it's in your bones, and it actually burns with a more reddy, orangey kind of flame. There we go. And the next one is my favourite one. It's the nicest colour, I think, and it's potassium chloride. So if we dip this in, try and get a bit more to show you, and you get a lovely pinky purple flame, or maybe lilac you could call it. Okay, there we go. And that's our experiment finished. So you would write those down in your table. I have to turn the collar back onto the safety flame, and then I'm going to turn my Bunsen burner off. Okay, hope you enjoyed the demonstration and I hope to see you in September. Thank you.
Welcome to the Geography Department at Penketh High School. We are a passionate and dedicated team striving for the best outcomes for all pupils. Within the Geography Department, there's myself, Miss Robinson, Head of Geography, there's Mrs Rigby, and there's also Mr Barlow. The Geography Department follows a knowledge-rich curriculum that is rigorous and robust for all pupils to access. It encompasses the 4 key concepts outlined in the Government's National Curriculum for Geography: location knowledge, place knowledge, human and physical geography, and geographical skills and fieldwork. Here's a curriculum overview of what pupils will study in each year. Our curriculum interleaves throughout the 5 years, building on previous knowledge throughout topics. For example, in Year 7, pupils will study coasts, then go on to study rivers in Year 8 and glaciers in Year 9. At Key Stage 3, pupils will also get the chance to undertake fieldwork with the relevant topics. At Key Stage 4, Year 10 and 11, pupils will follow the GCSE Geography curriculum, completing the AQA exams, which will consist of 3 papers. In Year 7, pupils will complete the following topics. We'll start by looking at our planet, looking at how Earth began and how life developed. We'll then move on to key geographical skills, looking at grid references, latitude, longitude and contour lines to name a few. We'll then look at the UK, studying population, physical landscapes, migration patterns. Then we'll move on to coasts, ecosystems and finish with Africa with a closer look at Kenya. All of the knowledge taught throughout these topics will be built upon in Key Stage 3 throughout the years of Year 7, Year 8 and Year 9. Here are some post-16 and career options for when pupils leave Penketh High School. Post-16 options include A-level geography, geology, apprenticeships including engineering, civil service, further education onto university, completing human geography, physical geography, environmental science, sustainability. They are all options that people can explore. Additionally, careers can link to conservation, engineering, environmental consultant, meteorologist, weather broadcaster. There is a wide range of careers in geography, and that's what makes our subject so fantastic. All of these careers are vital roles, what we need in the modern world today. Why not have a go at some geography at home? You could write a postcard from your favourite place you've visited, draw a map of your journey to school, get baking, design biscuits with flags of the world, or create your own model volcano. Thank you very much for having a look around the geography department. We really do hope to see you soon.
Welcome to the History Department at Penketh High School. I'm Mr. Bell, the Head of History. In the History Department there's myself, Miss Newby and Miss Brocklehurst. We are a team dedicated to inspiring students' curiosity to know more about the past and delivering an outstanding curriculum. Our curriculum is designed to build upon the historical knowledge and skills students gained at Key Stage 2. Our curriculum is designed to help pupils gain a coherent knowledge and understanding of Britain's past and that of the wider world. Our students become equipped to ask perceptive questions, think critically, weigh evidence, sift arguments, and develop perspective and judgment. Pupils learn of the complexities of life and the challenges of their time. Here's a curriculum overview of both Key Stage 3 and 4. Our curriculum is designed so that pupils learn chronologically, but also build upon themes each year. The 5 themes we focus on are political power, British society, discrimination and rights, the power of beliefs, and war and conflict. At Key Stage 4, pupils will study the Edexcel GCSE. This will consist of 3 exam papers.
So, what will you learn about in Year 7? In Year 7, we will start by looking at historical skills in the context of a local study of Warrington. Then we will move on to Anglo-Saxon England and the Norman Conquest. Then we look at medieval life and monarchs. Next, we move on to the Crusades. After this, we look at later medieval life. Then the Reformation and Henry VIII. And finally, we will look at the Age of Encounters.
So why is history such an important subject? Here are some post-16 career options. History is a useful and often necessary subject for a wide range of careers, not just the obvious ones. History is a highly desirable qualification for careers in law, government, media, and many others. So why not try some history at home? You can make a board game about a historical period of your choice, or follow a Victorian biscuit recipe, or visit a historical site in the area you live in, or even create a model castle. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Modern Foreign Languages department here at Penketh High School. I hope that you're enjoying the virtual open evening so far. We're going to tell you a little bit about our department and what it's like to learn languages here at Penketh High. So first of all, I'd like to introduce you to the teachers here at Penketh High. So we've got Miss Riley and Mr De Burke, who both lead on our department, and we've got Mrs Hart, Miss Silver and Miss Purvis. We all teach a variety of languages, covering French, German and Spanish, and we also offer some extra languages as enrichment sessions, for example, Mandarin, Chinese and Latin. So this is an overview of our curriculum in the Languages department. So we cover lots of different topics, ranging from talking about yourself, talking about school, talking about jobs and free time activities, all across from Year 7 to Year 11. And in the Languages department, we have a spiralled curriculum, which means that we revisit different topics at different points throughout your learning journey to make sure that we're embedding that knowledge that we're learning. So you might notice here that in Year 9 in the spring term we cover free time and technology, and then we revisit that topic again with free time activities and new technologies in Year 10 and 11. So we're revisiting that vocabulary, the language structures that we're learning, to make sure that we were able to remember that, so that we can perform as best as we can in our exams at the end of Year 11. So what would you learn in Year 7 if you came to us at Penketh High? So we'd start off with my family and me. We'd cover my friends, and we'd cover my hobbies and my school life. So that first year in languages, you'd learn how to speak all about yourself, to introduce yourself, to describe what interests you have, to describe what you do in school, and describe your family and your home life as well. So learning a language can open up lots of different opportunities for both post-16 and for careers beyond study as well. So for example, post-16 options could be language A-level courses at college, or even apprenticeships in the hospitality sector where using a language is an asset. You might also want to use your language skills in the army, or you might want to do a BTEC in something like travel and tourism, focusing on aviation and travelling around the world. You might also want to do a business A-level or a BTEC with languages, and this opens up business opportunities both in our region and also internationally as well. And you might also want to complete some overseas work experience, which having a language would help you to do that. And then going on to careers after you've finished your studies, there's lots of opportunities for jobs that include language skills. For example, you could be a translator or an interpreter. You could also write children's books, or you could be a YouTuber or a podcaster in different languages. You might want to be a flight attendant, where you're meeting people from all around the world every day. So being able to speak to people in different languages would be a real asset. You might want to be a liaison officer or a tour guide, or even a game translator, so translating your favourite games into different languages. You might want to be a teacher, or you could be a journalist or a foreign correspondent reporting on news around the world. And you could also be a fashion buyer, where being able to conduct business in different languages in different countries would be brilliant. So we wanted to give you some activities that you could go away and try out at home in different languages, to give yourself a little taster of what it would be like to learn a different language. So we've given you a few options with some videos that you can watch on YouTube. So first of all, we've got learning the numbers 1 to 20 in French. We've got learning colours in Spanish, learning to speak about animals or pets in French. We've got the days of the week in German, and last but not least, the weather in Spanish. So why not click on some of these links and have a go at learning some of these different bits of vocabulary, different sentence structures at home. So here's a little snippet of what it might look like in your language lessons at Penketh High School. So we've got very colourful, very bright and vibrant classrooms that allow us to maintain that positive working environment, working atmosphere in every lesson. We've got lots of language, we've got lots of vocabulary to help you on the walls as well, that'll help you in your lessons. to really maximise your languages learning whilst you're in our rooms. And here's just a couple of examples of the sort of activities that we do in our languages lessons. So we do lots of speaking practice, we do lots of pair work, for example the trapdoor task that you can see on the screen now. This encourages us to be able to practice our pronunciation and to put our language learning into real life practice, having those conversations. This also prepares us for our speaking exams at the end of year 11, but we do it in a different way, so it's a little bit more engaging, a little bit more fun than just practicing speaking. We also have lots of games, so for example the other picture that you can see on the board, which again encourages pair work, encourages speaking, practicing and putting that language that we've learned into practice. So that's all from us today in the languages department. Thank you for listening, thank you for tuning in and watching. We really hope that we can see you soon. If you've got any questions at all, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. You can email us at languages@pencathhigh.org and we can get back to you on any queries that you've got. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Learning for Life. Learning for Life at Penketh High School is a combination of religious education, personal development and social science subjects such as psychology.
I'd like to introduce you to some of the teaching staff that deliver this subject. So there's me, who is Miss Clark.
And myself, who's Miss Silver.
And I'm Miss Cooper. I'd just like to give you an overview of the Learning for Life curriculum that's delivered here at Penketh High School. Learning for Life covers all the statutory requirements for religious education and personal development. It's a core subject that you will study from year 7 through to year 11. We also offer GCSEs currently in religious education and psychology.
So here's a little bit about what you're going to learn when you come to us in year 7. So we look at a number of world religions from a thematic approach, and we start off with a welcome to LFL, faith and you and our world, and then in personal development we look at being me, healthy lifestyles and relationships.
Learning for Life links to a range of subjects that you can study in college, such as law, psychology, politics, health and social care, and then thinking a little bit more into the future, careers such as police services, fire services, therapist, youth and community work. Learning for Life will really help in those sorts of careers as well.
So here are some activities that you can try out at home. We've got some religious education based activities on BBC Bitesize that you can have a work through. You can also have a look on the Warrington Youth for Christ website, with whom we have links with our school. And then looking at more personal development based activities, you can go on the Barclays Life Skills website, and they've got lots of activities for young people there in terms of building up skills for your future. We also have the Diana Award website, which is an anti-bullying foundation, and we already have some pupils in our school who have achieved this award and do some work in school on the anti-bullying committee. You could also have a look at the Random Acts of Kindness activity. If you would like to watch the YouTube video and then have a go at creating your own random act of kindness, you can then tweet your attempt to us at PHS Enrichment on Twitter.
Obviously you can't come and visit the school at the moment, so we thought we'd take some pictures of a typical LFL classroom. So you can see there's lots of displays, we've got some Buddhist flags there. So we just wanted to give you a little look at what a typical classroom will look like when you come to Penketh High School.
So thank you for coming on and watching our video. We hope to see you all soon. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Hello and welcome to the Computer Science Department. My name is Mrs. Thompson and I'm the Head of Computing, ICT and Business. And within the department we have these members of the team. So meet all the teachers. There's Mrs. Thompson there, that's me. And then we've also got Miss Madden and Mrs. Kidd that you can see there. So just the three of us in the department. Okay, this is the curriculum overview of what we actually teach throughout computer science. You can see year 7, 8 and 9 is Key Stage 3, and then year 10 and 11 is our GCSE years. So basically, if you have a look, you've got year 7, year 8 and 9, and you can see all the different topic areas we do there. It's really quite varied, and we do try to mix in, as well as doing computer science, we bring in some basic IT skills as well, so pupils are still understanding some of those basic digital literacy skills that are really important these days in the world of work, really. And then at year 10 GCSE and year 11 GCSE, that's the computer science curriculum that's on there, but we do also have an IT course on offer, which is based more around the traditional IT software and world of work issues that you would use really in jobs after school. Okay, so what will you actually do in year 7? You can see all the topic areas there on screen. That's how our curriculum is broken down. And you will notice that, yes, we do cover some of these again, kind of in year 8, in year 9. That's because we do a sequence curriculum. It's very knowledge rich, and we build on prior learning, build and go into more depth each year. So at the beginning of the year, we do some basic digital skills with year 7, just all about how we log on and use our system, and file management, setting up files and folders and passwords, all of those kind of basic things really that you need to understand about a system. We then move on and do e-safety, which hopefully you've all done at primary school, and it's obviously of vital importance to stay safe online, so we do quite a large topic area on that. And then we move on and get a little bit more technical and more computer science based, and we look at how computers work. So we look at all the parts inside a computer and how they all work, what function they do, and kind of how computers work using binary code. Then we move on and look at computational thinking, which is the key element really of computer science, and we look at the 4 elements within that, and it's all about the processes underlying thinking that goes behind computer science, how we solve problems in the real world and how we kind of write programs to solve those. We then, later on in the year, we get a little bit creative and we move on to game design. Hopefully you will have used Scratch at primary school, and we still use that in year 7, and we create our own games, have a look at what we can do there, all the different tools and facilities we can use just by basically using all the stuff we've learned in computational thinking earlier on and algorithms, and we try and build a game using that. And then later on in year 8 and year 9, we'll use more advanced coding, and we do text-based coding. Something called Python is the coding program that we really use in school as we get advanced beyond year 7. Okay, so what can you do? You can try some of these activities at home, perhaps over the summer. So I've thought maybe you could try to create a game in Scratch. You could have a look at how the microbit works. You don't have to have one of those physical devices, but you can go onto the BBC Microbit website and you can learn how to code one of those. And then obviously, because we are going to be looking at how computers work, why don't you have a look inside a computer and maybe try and learn about what different things each of those elements do inside of the PC. Okay, this is what you could move on to post 16. So down the left hand side there are jobs there, so some wide ranging jobs, and obviously just a few, not the whole range of jobs that you could go into. So basically you could be an ethical hacker, software engineer, all the way down to kind of an IT technician, web content editor, so lots of variety and different things that IT and computer science could lead to. And if you're going to stay on at college and do further work and further study in the area, you can obviously do a traditional A-level in computer science. You could do an extended certificate in IT, or you could actually go on and do an IT apprenticeship with a business, and that normally links quite well with business also. Okay, so that's the end of the presentation from computer science. Do enjoy watching all the others, and we look forward to meeting you in September.
Dance at Penketh High School inspires pupils to engage in a creative subject that develops and explores their imaginative, practical and intellectual capacity and curiosity. This is achieved through experiencing the 3 focus areas of performance, choreography and appreciation. In Year 7, pupils will learn how to prepare safely and effectively for dance, and focus on developing specific physical skills needed in dance, such as balance, strength, flexibility and coordination. They will then go on to explore the 8 basic actions of dance, applying this knowledge to both performance and choreographic tasks.
Drama at Penketh High School provides challenge, rigour and engagement, and ultimately helps students experience the world we live in, relationships and human behaviour in a structured and safe environment, the drama classroom. Simon's story. This work explores unkind behaviour and develops students' awareness of support organisations in our school and the wider community. Students will also develop their basic understanding of voice and movement skills and how these can be used to communicate meaning to their audience. We will then explore the origin, function and meaning of urban legends and examine what the stories tell us about our society and ourselves. Students will begin to look at stylised drama and how conventions can be used to present meaning. Finally, we will look at Wacky Soap by Mark Wheeler. This work approaches the difficult subject of substance abuse in an oblique way, therefore removing the controversy associated with it. Students will work on text-based drama and examine how the playwright uses structural devices to communicate with an audience.
Music is an integral part of our everyday lives, from the radio to television, musical theatre to films, popular to classical. This is the main purpose behind the teaching of music and music technology at Penketh High School. Through their lessons, we engage and inspire pupils to develop a passion and appreciation for music. Through practical music making, pupils will develop subject knowledge which will allow them to succeed in 3 focus areas of music: performing, composing and appraising music. In Year 7, pupils will study 3 topics. Key Elements of Music introduces our Year 7s to the elements that make up all music. Pupils have the chance to explore vocal activities, body percussion and music technology activities as part of this scheme. Composing to a Brief is an exciting scheme where programme music allows pupils to become great composers, creating their own pieces to a theme. Our final scheme, the Melody and Accompaniment, allows pupils to develop instrumental skills such as keyboard and ukulele skills and to learn to perform as part of an ensemble.
Hi and welcome to the Physical Education Open Evening PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so let's meet the PE staff. Firstly, my name is Mr. Mullock. I am Curriculum Area Leader of PE. And we also have 2 other members of PE staff. So there's Miss Fleming, who's Teacher of PE and currently Head of Year 10. And we also have Miss Salisbury, and she's Teacher of PE and also a Teacher of Dance. Okay, so on to our curriculum, so the PE curriculum. So the boys and girls get to do lots and lots of different sports. The boys cover in a normal year, so rugby league, table tennis, basketball, football, cricket, athletics. And the girls, they will cover netball, dance, trampolining, girls football, rounders and athletics. And there's lots and lots of different enrichment opportunities in lots of different sports as well throughout Key Stage 3. So at Key Stage 4 in Year 10, Year 11, we offer the BTEC Sport qualification, and that's broken down into 4 units, which are leading sports activities, practical sports performance, fitness for sport and exercise, and applying the principles of personal training. So here's some examples of what you'll learn in Year 7, so different sports, different topics that both the boys and the girls cover. As well as on the curriculum, we have lots and lots of different enrichment activities that may be at lunchtime or after school. We also run school teams in lots of different sports, such as for the boys, football, rugby, basketball, badminton, table tennis, cricket, athletics. Again, for the girls, they do girls football, they do girls rugby, netball, athletics, rounders, Okay, so possible different careers and options you have after your GCSEs, so post 16. They could be things like A-level physical education or A-level sports studies. There are lots of different colleges that offer BTEC Sport Level 3 courses, which could possibly be either a single A-level, double A-level, or even a triple A-levels worth. Okay, and there are also sports-based apprenticeships as well, post 16. Possible careers that you could go into if you are interested in sport are things like sports therapy, a physiotherapist, PE teacher, sports scientist, sports coach, personal trainer, gym instructor, and there's many, many more. Okay, so here's some examples of what your PE lessons might look like. As you can see from the pictures, there's some of our Year 9 sports leaders there. They are leading different sports. You can see on our AstroTurf, on our rugby pitch, on our netball courts, and in our sports hall as well. Okay, so we have some great facilities here at Penketh. Okay, a full-sized football type AstroTurf, sand-based. We have, again, a full-size rugby pitch, which doubles as our 200-metre athletics track. We have 3 netball courts, which again double as tennis courts. We have a large indoor sports hall, which is a 4 badminton court sports hall, which we do a lot of basketball and badminton in. We also have a small gymnasium, where we do gymnastics and basketball, and we have a dance studio, okay, where we do dance and sometimes gymnastics as well. We also have, near the entrance to the school, another 2 football pitches, a small one which Year 7 play their games on, and a larger one for Year 11. Okay, Year 5 and 6, thanks for listening, and we hope to see you soon.
Hello and welcome to the Orchard Centre. My name is Mrs Ogg and I'm the Senko at Penketh High. It is my job to support pupils who may need any additional help to make progress.
I am Jake and I have had help from the Orchard Centre. The SEN team are amazing and they have helped me since I started in Year 7. Sometimes a TA may help you in the classroom or take you out for intervention.
The support offered is personalised to the needs of the young person, but help is offered around the 4 areas of SEN need: communication and interaction, cognition and learning, social, emotional and mental health, and sensory and physical needs. The most important people that we work with are the pupils and their families. However, we may sometimes have to refer to an external agency to ask for an assessment, strategies or advice. The help that we give is personalised to the needs of the young person. This year we are already supporting Year 7s with in-class support, maths and English interventions, speech and language programmes, motor skills and a chat and chill area which provides a quiet area at break. It is important that staff in school know about and understand how they can support pupils on the SEN register. Using information from primaries and pupil voice, we develop a pupil passport that is accessible to all staff. This highlights strengths and barriers and offers strategies to help a pupil. This passport is a working document and is amended as we learn more about the pupil. We work closely with a number of colleges and education providers to ensure a smooth transition for our pupils post-16. Additional transition days and visits as well as careers guidance can be organised if needed. We are often asked by families how they can help prepare their child for high school. If you just do one of the things from the slide here, try and get your own equipment ready for school each day, and that will really help you in preparation for Year 7.